The rich man in the story, like we mentioned, he's an incredible investor, great long-term planner. Um, long-term planning, by the way, is a wise thing to do. You should plan long-term. You should figure out your quarter plan. You should know when your midterms and finals are, and all of that. Okay, so I highly recommend that. It's good. It's good for you. Um, and his time horizon, right? His time horizon was many years, right? He thought ahead many years. How many years do you think that would be? Maybe 3 to 15, something like that, right? He's got a 3 to 15 year plan. Um, the problem is that this was not long enough. He's a good long-term investor, but his time horizon was still too short. Because what if your soul is eternal? If your soul is eternal, then your time horizon, your planning should extend to eternity. I want to plan my life considering eternity. What's ironic is that what distracted him was all of his temporary worldly success. Sometimes being really good and successful at something will distract you from what's eternally important. Questions of who am I? What is the purpose of my life? Is there a God? And if so, what is he like? Those are the questions that you need to ask in order to live out an eternal time horizon versus just the next few years. But these questions got very little attention in his life. What got the attention? All the stuff that he needs to do right now, right now, right now, right now. Just like you guys, fall quarter. There's a million things I'm sure you have to do. My to-do list is just blowing up. Every time I look at it, I get stressed. I talked to someone who said, I don't even do a to-do list because it stresses me out. But then every time he thinks about how he doesn't have a to-do list, that stresses him out. So he's stressed out either way, right? There's a lot of things that demand your attention. I think the question you have to ask is, what is your time horizon? Are you living for the next 10 weeks? Or are you living for the next 10,000 years, considering eternity? Because here's the thing, you don't always have later, right? God said to him, yeah, you've got this nice 10-year plan, but death is coming. Tonight, your soul is required of you. Blaise Pascal, he was an amazing philosopher, mathematician. He had this graphic parable to illustrate how we often do not think about death. He talks about, he analogizes life to a party, okay? There's a party, there's a band playing, everyone's having fun, everyone's drinking, it's a great time, and then suddenly, a monster comes into the party, okay? Monster just suddenly rips his way into the party. Sorry, it's a little graphic. This is Blaise Pascal's words, not mine. He grabs someone, mauls them to death, and then drags them out of the party. And then everybody in the party is silent, shocked, like what just happened? And then a couple minutes later, the band starts up again, and everybody goes back to normal. And then a couple minutes later, the monster comes back in, grabs someone, mauls them to death, and then drags them out. And the same thing happens. Everyone kind of shocked. And then the band starts up again, and they just go about their business. Even though, one by one, everyone's being taken by the monster. So you get the parable, right? Monster's death. It will come for everybody eventually.